We are going to go ahead and go live. Cool, awesome. Hey everybody, we are going live and we are talking about how to lose that puffy look and increase your energy and fat loss. So let's go ahead and let Chase in. I'm going to share my screen so everybody can see what we are going to be covering. Is that puffy look and increase your energy and fat. Let me mute my, okay, awesome. Cool. So if you guys have any questions at any moment, you're welcome to go ahead and interrupt me. That's totally fine. But yeah, we're going to be covering how to lose that puffy look and have more energy and increase fat loss. So I don't know if any of you guys have ever woken up in the morning and say like your face is really puffy, your eyes are puffy. Maybe you feel like your body feels heavier and like you were adherent to your diet, you didn't change anything. You didn't eat like an excess amount of calories or anything like that. So you, in essence, you feel like you did everything right, but maybe the next day you woke up, felt really heavy, you were really puffy, the scale was up, a pound or a few pounds. So we're going to be covering what that is, why it happens, how to prevent it, and all that cool stuff. Cool. So what is the puffy look? The puffy look is basically fluid retention underneath the skin, which is otherwise known as edema. So this is where your body holds onto excess water. So it is normal for your body to hold onto water, but edema is when your body holds onto excess water in the cells, which causes you to look heavier and feel more sluggish and stiff. So edema can be all throughout your body, but most times you'll notice it on your face and eyes. So think of that morning face when you wake up and your face is all puffy. Your fingers, so like your rings might be harder to take off or put back on. Your legs, feet, and stomach, which can look like bloating or less definition in the abdomen. So overall, it can happen throughout your whole body, but those are the main points. And so if you're normally pretty fit, like say you have some muscle definition, edema may look like you gained some fat or lost a muscle definition all of a sudden because you can't see your muscles as well anymore. So this is due to the extra water underneath the skin, between the muscle and skin, which essentially rounds out your usual definition. So this is not fat gain or muscle loss. Rather, it is water in the cells underneath the skin taking up that extra space, creating that rounded effect. So here's an example of someone with edema in the face. This is a pretty extreme example. If you look at her eyes, look how puffy her eyes are. And just like her whole face and skin looks kind of dull and just puffy in general. So this is an example of what it might look like on your face. So a lot of people, when they wake up in the mornings, they will have a little bit of puffiness, not usually this extreme. And basically it's fluid retention. So how to know if you are holding excess water, edema? So either the scale will go up all of a sudden in the mornings. By the way, it's normal for your weight to fluctuate throughout the day as you eat and drink fluids and exercise. So we're not talking about that. We're talking about if you weigh yourself in the morning every day and then one day it drastically goes up, it is more than likely excess water, not fat, especially if you've been adherent to your diet. It can also look like you're less lean or you're heavier or puffy. So some of you might wake up in the mornings, again, you usually have muscle definition in the morning and throughout your day, but when you wake up, some days you look less defined and you look heavier. That can be water retention, edema. Another example is you may feel more fatigued, your body feels more stiff, possibly even sore. You may get sick more easily due to lymph not moving, and we're going to cover what lymph is in just a moment. You may feel and look like you're bloated. You have a lot of lymph nodes in your stomach, and You can also do the pit test on your shins. So what this looks like is right here. So basically, with one finger, press in the front of your shin bone for 5 seconds. If there is a noticeable indentation that remains there for a few seconds, then you're holding excess water, which is edema. Also, another test that you can do is like if you took your ring off and you see the remaining indentation on your finger, that's edema, water retention. So what causes water retention, edema? It can be a lack of water or electrolytes to help you absorb the water you're drinking, like dehydration. So a lot of you could be drinking adequate water, which, you know, adequate water would be about half your body weight in ounces or up to even 1 ounce per pound of body weight. But let's say your water has absolutely 0 minerals. I can't remember the type of water it's called. It's filtered water that's like purely just H2O. I can't think of it. But anyways, if you were to drink
Distilled.
water with very little or no minerals, your body will not uptake that fluid and you would just flush it out. And when you're dehydrated, like your muscles and your organs, you're going to hold more of it in your underneath your skin, which is going to cause that puffy look. Another thing that causes water retention is injury. So think of spraining your ankle or even something as simple as bruising. DOMS can do it, which is delayed onset muscle soreness, which is the soreness you may experience the day or two after you do a workout. But this is normal. DOMS is normal and shouldn't be of any concern, but that's just to highlight when you could be holding some more water. Excess salt in relation to potassium. So salt is not bad. And in fact, salt is really good for your energy production, your performance in the gym. But if you are not getting enough potassium in relation to that salt, that can make you hold excess water. And we're going to go over examples of how to get some more potassium in your diet. Another reason that can cause water retention is excess seed oils, which are omega-6s. So think processed high-fat foods, which cause inflammation. When you're inflamed, your lymph doesn't move well. And we're going to cover, again, lymph in just a second. So excess seed oils cause inflammation in the body. When your body is inflamed, things are not going to move well in your body, including lymph, including blood pressure, all kinds of stuff. Another thing that can cause it is excess stress. And that can be physical, mental, or emotional stress. Lack of sleep. So, like, have you guys ever like woken up after a restless night and like I'm sure all of you guys like on days like that you feel heavier and the scale is heavier? I think I might have everybody on mute, so if you guys are talking, I can't hear y'all.
Yeah, I've definitely felt that way before.
Have everybody on mute, so if you guys are talking, I can't. So let me fix this real quick. Everybody on mute, so if you guys are talking, I can't. Let me Okay, sorry, I have that fixed now. Okay, can you guys? Y'all can hear me, right?
Yeah.
Yep.
Yep.
I can't hear you guys.
Testing 1, 2.
Can you guys hear me?
Yep.
I can hear you.
Like unmute yourselves.
I can hear you.
Yeah, I'm not hearing anything. That's okay. We will just continue. Sorry if I can't answer your questions right now. Okay, so that can happen when you have a lack of sleep, is holding more water. Another thing that can cause water retention is your lymph nodes are backed up. This can be either due to a lack of movement, in other words, exercise. It can be due to inflammation in your body, or it can be due to a bacterial or viral infection, even if it's very low grade. So now let's cover what your lymphatic system is and why it is so important in general and specifically for water retention. So the main functions of the lymphatic system actually, first let's cover what the lymphatic system is. So your lymphatic system is very similar to your circulatory system. So it actually looks a lot like your circulatory system, which is your heart, arteries, veins, and blood vessels. So as you can see, it travels your lymph nodes, and your lymphatic system travels all throughout your entire body. So it's very similar to your circulatory system, except your circulatory system has a pump, which is the heart, whereas your lymphatic system does not have a pump. The only way to get your lymphatic system moving as it should is by movement or manual massage. Now, this can also come to a degree, not as greatly, from the types of foods that you eat. That can also help to move lymph. But the main things are movement. That is what pumps and moves the lymphatic system. So the main functions of the lymphatic system are it maintains the balance of fluids between the blood and the tissues. So, you know, if you have edema, water retention, it could be because your lymphatic system is backed up and it's not doing its job. It also forms a key part of the body's immune system. The lymphatic system is responsible for gathering up wasteful products, toxins. If it's not working, though, then those toxins stay in your body. It also facilitates absorption of fats, dietary fats, and nutrients. So in order to move or pump your lymphatic system, you have to have movement or manual massage, or like I said, some foods do that as well. And the list that I covered above are reasons why your lymphatic system may get backed up. This page right here. And then if your lymphatic system is backed up, you may hold on to excess water, which will make the scale go up and you're looking less lean or defined. It will make you feel more fatigued, have difficulty losing weight, and not just water weight, but also losing body fat. And you may get sick more often. So I don't know if you guys have ever had like a cold or something and the lymph nodes underneath your jawline, under your neck here, are swollen. It's because of that. There's a like bacterial or a viral infection that has not moved very well from the lymph. So what is the lymphatic system's role in weight loss? Well, according to Dr. Laura, weightloss.com, the lymphatic system's role in weight loss is to absorb digestive fat. That means the fat that you eat from foods, from the small intestines, and transport through the bloodstream, where it can be used as energy or removed as waste. When the lymphatic system stops functioning properly and becomes sluggish, digestive fat, meaning the fat that you eat from food, absorption becomes impaired, and fat, body fat, accumulates in the tissues. So over time, this accumulation can lead to noticeable weight gain and extra difficulty releasing weight. So a sluggish lymphatic system isn't just tied to water weight gain, but also fat gain and an inability to lose fat even though you're eating less. So I do want to note that, you know, this is not the only thing that can prevent you from losing weight. A lot of times people aren't losing weight because, you know, they may have slowed down their metabolism and they need to do some work to heal their metabolism, or you're not actually eating in a caloric deficit like you think that you are. But if you have done the work on your metabolism, you know it's faster, and you know that you are in a caloric deficit, but you're still having a hard time losing fat or weight, it could be because your lymphatic system is backed up and it's not releasing like it should. So super important. So how do you prevent and remove water retention? So, you know, obviously other than the solutions of, you know, drinking more water, exercising more, eating a whole foods diet, eating more omega-3s to reduce that inflammation, reducing your stress and getting more sleep, I do have 2 methods that I really recommend that are really powerful for removing that excess water and moving your lymphatic system. So, and these are things that you can do. So if you're already doing like, you know, the obvious things that are good for you, like the exercising, drinking more water, all that stuff here, these 2 things are really powerful for that. And they could be like the extra key that you need to like finally like get things moving. So, the first one is eat more fruit, especially melons. So fruit has a lot of water content, but it's not just pure water, it's mineral water. So mineral water is electrolyte water, meaning it has potassium, chloride, magnesium, salt, etc. And potassium and magnesium specifically will help to flush out any excess water that your body is holding on to. And fruit has a lot of the electrolytes, minerals, but melons specifically have extra mineral water and potassium. For example, melons are 92% water, and they also have that extra potassium. So that makes watermelons not only great at flushing out the excess water in your body, but also being very satiating while being very low in calories. Meaning, you know, because there's so much water in it, they're high volume, meaning they take up a lot of space in your digestion system, but they're low in calories. And I recommend black seeded watermelons. They're best. And you can actually eat the seeds in watermelons. Really any melon. You can even eat the seeds of cantaloupes, honeydew, etc. They're really good for you. They have like extra enzymes, and they can even kill parasites. So they're very good for you. The other really powerful step to get your lymph moving and to get rid of that excess water is rebounding, meaning jumping on a trampoline. And you can get mini trampolines too. So while all movement exercise helps to flush out your lymphatic system, rebounding is especially powerful at flushing it with minimal time. So you only need to do it for like 5 to 10 minutes daily, like once or twice a day. Whatever you can adhere to long term is fine. And doing so will flush your lymph and any excess water under your skin. So, and then for like additional benefit, you can do rebounding for 5 to 10 minutes after you eat a meal, because it'll help you to better uptake that glucose and insulin that raised after eating a meal, which happens with every meal. So when you do exercise or some form of physical movement after eating, your body better uptakes that glucose and insulin so that you have less of an energy crash. I don't know if a lot of you guys ever have like that lunch crash after a meal. It helps to prevent that, and it helps to prevent fat gain. Because if that insulin or glucose is elevated for a long period of time, your body, because it's not able to get it into the muscles or your organs, your body instead converts it into fat. And we don't want that. So you can hit 2 birds with 1 stone. You can move your lymph, get rid of that excess water. And if you do it after a meal, you can also have better glucose and insulin uptake, preventing that energy crash and that fat gain. So I'm going to see if I can hear you guys now. Okay, hold on. So, okay, can you guys unmute yourselves and see if I can hear you?
Yep, unmuted. Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can't hear you guys at all.
Bummer.
Okay, go ahead and type it
no.
in chat. If you guys like have any questions or anything, type it in the chat. Questions or comments. Hey, Jacob. Jacob says he can hear me well. Okay. If you guys don't have any questions, just say I don't have any questions in the chat. So while you guys are doing that, I'm gonna check Facebook, see if Facebook has any questions. Okay, awesome. So if you guys don't have any questions, that covers it. And if you guys have any questions later, feel free to comment on the post on Facebook. Oh, Chase says, how long does it take to clear my lymphatic system? It can actually be pretty fast. So like, for example, there's something called lymphatic massage. You can either have someone else do it for you or you can do it yourself. And the results can be immediate. If you like Google before and after pictures of lymphatic massage, like within just like a few minutes of lymphatic massage or drainage, there's a noticeable difference where the person looks leaner, there's some more muscle definition, they look less puffy, so it can be immediate. So, but again, it has to be, for it to be immediate, it has to be something a little bit more powerful, like lymphatic massage or like rebounding on a trampoline. Both of those are really powerful. And then also eating melons. So you'll find, like, especially if you were to eat melons on an empty stomach, you'll find within like the next 15-20 minutes that you have to use the restroom, and you'll urinate a lot because you're releasing that fluid. So it can be pretty fast if you use those methods. Watermelon, Jacobs asked, does watermelon have to be seeded? No, it doesn't. But the black seeded watermelon is best. But no, it doesn't have to be to have the same benefit with regard to excess water. Jacob says, good, because I hate the seeds. I hear you. Let's see, did that answer your question, Chase? Jacob says, I usually get the black seeded one, but without seeds. Yeah. Yeah, same benefit. Chase says, yes, thank you. You're welcome. So yeah, I hope that helps. It personally helps me a ton whenever I, sometimes wake up on days when I have a lot of fluid retention. Eating the watermelons, eating melons in general are great at that. Jumping on a trampoline for about 5 to 10 minutes is great. If you can only do 5 minutes, that's really powerful as well. So do whatever you can be consistent with long term. There are other methods to get your lymph moving and flushing properly. Like there's something called dry brushing, which is where you have like a boar's bristle brush, and you're just like kind of like brushing your skin. You start at your limbs and you brush it towards your heart. So there's that. I personally am not very fond of that just because it takes longer. It also doesn't have the calorie burning effect of jumping on a trampoline. If you have edema in your legs, you can lay down on the floor and elevate your legs up against the wall. So say you're laying on the floor like this, and then you're just going to elevate your legs up against the wall. So that basically, lymph is very sensitive to gravity. So, hanging your legs upside down helps to flush out the lymph in your legs. You can also do inversion tables, which is where, I don't know if you guys have ever seen those tables that literally turn you upside down. Again, that's a gravity thing that helps to move the lymph. So there are a lot of ways to move your lymph, but what I personally believe to be the most effective and time efficient are eating melons and doing the trampoline. So yeah, that about covers it. I'm gonna check if you guys have questions, type it in the chat. I'm gonna check Facebook one more time just to make sure there aren't any questions. Cool. I think that's it. Awesome. Thank you guys for joining. Oh, so because you guys joined on the Zoom training, one of you is going to win a gift card to Amazon. So who wants to win it? Type it in the chat. Jacob Stone says, thanks, Paige and me. Chase says me. Claiborne says me. Okay, so I am going to do that spinny wheel thing. Oh, I can't do that. I'm going to do that spinny wheel thing just because you guys really like that. So let's see. Let me just pull it up real quick. Okay. All right, I'm gonna share my screen so you guys can see the spinny wheel thing as I do it. So we have Chase, we have Jacob, and we have Claiborne. Cool, cool. All right, who wants to win? Let's see. Jacob, you're like so lucky. Oh my God, this is crazy. Okay, yeah, that wheel does love you. Okay, I'll send you the gift card to Amazon. And yeah, thanks guys for joining. I hope you guys enjoyed this. Let me know if you'll have any questions. Just comment on the Facebook post and I'll talk to you guys soon. Bye.